When Ryan Day speaks, we listen and bring you all the need-to-know information here on the Ohio State Football Report. Billy Beebe back with you. What we saw against Ohio, what we talked about in the Sunday overreactions video, Ohio State possibly making some changes at a few positions, ongoing battles, things they've seen, changes they've made. Now it's a bye week. I think some position battles are ongoing. We are going to talk about those, the players involved, what is most likely going to happen with those position battles. But first, a sub battle, an opportunity to beat Michigan today. No, these two teams aren't playing, but we can beat our Michigan channel, Michigan Football Report. They got 50 subs in one day. I think we can get 51. I think we can beat them. Subscribe now and help beat Michigan. Position battles. We will start with defensive tackle. I hyped up the gruesome twosome, the 1-2 of Eddrick Houston and Kayden McDonald before the season began. Now that we are 3 games in, looking at the depth chart, it has changed a little bit. I still think Houston and McDonald are the 1-2, but you're going to need 4, really, maybe 5 in the defensive tackle room. We talked about that also. Ryan Day has talked about that. But Tywone Malone started against Ohio University. Maybe it was just to get a look with Kayden McDonald. Maybe it was just an opportunity to play a little bit against some starters. But the fact is, Tywone Malone started, not Eddrick Houston. Things were changed up a little bit. So Ryan Day talked about that today. Just saying, hey, Tywone Malone has taken some steps forward. That game was an example. I thought he played well. They're rolling guys, which means they're changing guys in and out, rotating those guys. Will Smith getting some opportunities too. But he said he did some nice things in the game. He continued. We need that position to continue to build depth and play at a high level. Eddrick still played. Will Smith Jr. played. Didn't have a ton of snaps on defense. That was key to it. And we'll have a lot more here moving forward. We're going to need everybody. I agree. This is about building depth. The defensive tackle position, those guys don't have the utmost stamina compared to other positions. Obviously, they are athletes, of course. But you swap those guys in and out. If Ryan Day's taking on an opportunity to build depth for the long haul, if you're expecting to have another national championship season, I like the idea of building some depth. I think it's good. I can get those guys in and out, rotate them, start some, change combos, go 4 at once if you don't think the defensive ends are getting it done. I like it. I think Ryan Day has enough experience. The thing with Eddrick Houston is I'm not sure what it means for Eddrick Houston, the starting defensive tackle. Like I said, maybe they're phasing him out. Maybe they're giving him less snaps to get healthy. Maybe they're just trying a new duo. Again, this is one of those trust Ryan Day moments. I think it'll be all right for the Buckeyes here. I don't see it as like a dramatic change, just about building depth. The right guard position. Haven't heard a ton on the Ohio State offensive line. Heard a lot preseason, but not during the season. I think it's worth taking a look because we've seen Tegra Tshabola from day one. However, those sprinkles of Ethan Onianwa, who couldn't quite win a left or right tackle job before the season, they've looked good when Ethan Onianwa subs in at right guard. He has helped them drive down the field on running schemes. That one of the 2 touchdowns they had against Texas, Onianwa was in at right guard. He's not even pressing right tackle anymore. And for Tshabola, he has played a lot of football. That's what Ryan Day keeps saying about him. But with the penalties and the lack of efficiency, it appears we've got a battle here. Now, if you had to pick one between these 2 guys, who would it be to be your right guard? Would it be Tegra Tshabola? Go ahead and type T. Or would it be Ethan Onianwa? If you choose Onianwa, go ahead and type E. Now, Ryan Day had a little bit to say on this too. I thought Tegra did better things on Saturday, but he did have the 2 penalties. It's good to have competition and people fighting to get on the field. Said there's a competition, talking about a battle, literally, at the right guard position, and I think Tshabola's losing his job. I think that's what's happening here. I think this back and forth is not going to just all of a sudden stop. I think eventually Onianwa takes over that position for the Buckeyes. However, I will remind you, last season we learned you need all the depth you can get on the offensive line. So happy to have a bit of a position battle and 2 fully qualified players at right guard. Let's talk about PrizePicks for a second. This episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. Talk to you guys about injury reboots, which is where your players, if they leave in the first half and don't return, PrizePicks won't count it as a loss. Easy to play, 2 to 6 player stat projections, which you're looking at right now. Good example here. Tua Tagovailoa, 23.5 passing yards, going less there. More on these Josh Jacobs half rush or receiving touchdowns. And we're going more on that max discount. Patrick Mahomes, half a passing yard, going more. It's right there for you. Best thing you can do right now, download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks, it's good to be right. All right, the one you've all been waiting for. I know there's tons of curiosity, interest, and excitement about the Buckeyes' running back position. Who has that running back battle edge? Because you want to talk about Bo Jackson, right? I know you want to talk about Bo Jackson. Most Buckeye fans do right now. He's got the edge over the other guys. He's got the better stats. It is more than clear that Bo Jackson should get more carries at this point in time. He's earned more carries at this point in time. Ryan Day talked more about how they're going to use these 3 running backs. We're going to need everyone in that room. I feel like we've heard that before. Yeah, that's right, earlier in this video. I think they're all a little bit different, which is unique. Our job is to put them in the best situation to be successful. And he adds a little tidbit about Bo here at the end, but he's going to get plenty of carries. I think Ryan Day likes all 3 running backs. I think he knows how he can use all 3 running backs. Tough part now is deciphering the best way to use all 3 running backs. So yes, I think we'll see all 3. Now, your question of when or will we get more Bo Jackson? Look, do what Jeremiah Smith did last year. Do all the right things, right? When you get your opportunities, take advantage of them. Hold on to the ball. Be consistent. All the things, pass blocking was noted by Ryan Day. Do all the things Jeremiah Smith did to earn more time, more trust, and eventually more receptions in a bigger role. And I think Bo Jackson absolutely will get the carries I think a lot of people want him to get. Now, you can confirm you want Bo Jackson to get more carries. Let me know by liking this video. Give it a thumbs up if you want Bo Jackson to get more carries for the Buckeyes. Now, this one we got to break down a little bit. I think there's an opportunity and a possibility for a change coming at the corner position, specifically nickel. And this is going to be some serious rearranging on the Buckeyes defense. Okay, so your 1-2 punch is Igbinosun and Matthews Jr. on the outside, Lorenzo Styles Jr. at the nickel corner. Now, number one, he had a bad game Saturday against Ohio, bad PFF grade, and he injured his shoulder. So you have that injury to Lorenzo Styles Jr., right? This is where I think now there's an opportunity to shake things up, mix things up, and try something. So when Lorenzo Styles Jr. exits the game for the Buckeyes, they don't replace him. They take Jermaine Matthews, move him to that inside nickel or guarding the slot corner position. Enter Devin Sanchez, the true freshman who we mentioned earlier after the Texas game. That was his opportunity to then just enter as a starter. He worked that outside. He's worked a lot of dime packages, right? Devin Sanchez has. But essentially, when a cornerback went down for the Buckeyes, they didn't think about who can play slot. They just thought, let's get Devin Sanchez in and rearrange a little bit. Matt Patricia talking about the 18-year-old freshman and his role, right? They put him in on passing downs, on big-time passing downs against Texas, Grambling, and Ohio. Third down some of those packages. He's gone in, 2-minute, whatever it is. Those are the kind of those gotta-have-it moments, and I think he's done a good job. Now, as I said, you're doing some serious rearranging. This would be a major change to the defense. Buckeyes are entering Big Ten play coming up. I don't know if that's going to allow for such a major change to have Sanchez all of a sudden just be a part of this defense, especially when you're now going on the road, West Coast, Big Ten play. If they make a change like this, if at any point this season Devin Sanchez works his way into a starting role for the Buckeyes, that would be major. That would say a lot, not only about the athletic skill, but about the mental capability to grasp what the Buckeyes want to do defensively and the trust from the coaching staff in Devin Sanchez going forward. And when we're talking about going forward, the schedule coming up for the Buckeyes, I previewed it a little bit. We're getting into Big Ten play on the road. What a way to start. Basically on the West Coast. I debate about West Coast and whatnot with the Big Ten. Washington's 2-0. They'll play this weekend, so they may be 3-0 by the time the Buckeyes get them. Then Minnesota. Then a showdown with number 9, Illinois at 3-0, rising up the ranks too. That's going to be a big one. We're excited. We'll have our watch party for all these games, so be sure to tune in. And then, man, it's tough to play in Wisconsin. I've noted that before. If you remember my bold predictions, I said this was a stretch where the Buckeyes actually lose a game. I think I've changed my mind on that. More later on that decision. But this is their upcoming entrance into Big Ten play. Now, do any of these teams worry you? The situation the Buckeyes will be in, starting Big Ten play, a lot of these on the road, different style teams. You get Washington on the West Coast, like I said, Illinois, a top 10 team, Minnesota, a physical team, Wisconsin, right? That's always a tough place to play. Type 1 for Washington, 2 for Minnesota, 3 for Illinois, or 4 for Wisconsin. Who are you worried about playing? Until then, sit back and enjoy the Buckeyes having a bye week.